You can come to our tables in the back, the rear meeting table, and okay about Jordan.
He's not a member.
No?
No.
So I don't put down him.
So that's $40, right? A new group, it's gonna be called the Real Estate Newbie Mastermind Group. And the reason why we're calling it a mastermind group is because it's not going to be a teaching group. It's going to be a group of like-minded people. And the group is going to be about 6 people, maybe 8. Right now I was thinking 10, but I'm going to bring it down to 8. And we're going to be meeting twice a month on the first Monday and the third Monday of each month. We're going to be meeting from about 6:30 to 8. If we want to go longer, that's a possibility. But I wanted to make it at least 8:30 because I know people have to go home and tend to other things. Mastermind group is a group that is designed to create synergy by sharing knowledge, providing commitment, and accountability. So I'm going to have a sign-up sheet in the back. So anybody that's interested, they're going to put their information down, and I'm going to call everybody and make sure you're right for the group, because not everybody can do it. We want serious people. You can't miss one meeting. We're going to be taking this really fast. My goal is, hopefully in the 3-month period, we're going to have people doing deals, so then you won't be a newbie anymore. You're going to be a seasoned investor. And then that way we can branch off and do new subgroups, maybe short deals, maybe 4.
At the national level, ideas start at the local level. By the time they get to the national level, we've had time to, there's some things that get put in at the national level that can kind of impact on what we do as far as like in our business as real estate investors, as home providers. So it's important for us as part of the legislative committee to look at these various programs that are being introduced, legislative bills that go before Congress. But not each politician has the time to read the bill. A lot of times they can push the paper in front of them and they have no idea what they're signing. So they'll just sign off because that's what their buddies are doing at the time. And it kind of hurts us, and it can impact on how we actually make money in our own business. So the purpose of the legislative committee is to work within the national REIA, find out the issues that they are targeting that affect how we run our business, and by targeting and contacting our own elected politicians to go out there and make sure that they're aware of our position, how we feel on how their bills are, what their positions are, so when they go to vote for these bills, that they'll take a position that's favorable for us and our business. So what we like to do is we're having a usually on a webinar or a teleconference, we get together and just look over the various bills that might be coming up, look at the policies that are being introduced by various organizations, grassroots organizations, and not only to see what the national REIA is doing, and working with them to make sure that we support.
A big what? A big what? A big what? Come on up, baby! All the way from Maryland. All the way from Maryland.
Hey everyone. Hey. Did Teresa just tell us that our bank accounts are on life support? Did she just say that? All right, hi, my name is Ebere Okoye, and I'm from Maryland. But truth be told, I was born in Brooklyn.
All right.
All right, my name is Ebere Okoye. Say Okoye.
Okoye.
And no, I'm not related to Christian Okoye. I've got questions so many times. Usually, now the answer that I say is like you asking me, are you related to Magic Johnson? Just because somebody's last name is Johnson. Literally, that's what it sounds like. So stop doing that. No, I'm not related to Christian Okoye.
You know.
All right, I own real estate investments across 5 states, predominantly North Carolina, Pittsburgh, New York, and Maryland. And I've been investing for the last 7 years. what is the Wealth Building CPA advantage? I've been in the industry for so many years, combined with my 19 years of experience as a CPA and 11 years of experience as a real estate investor. So with that combination, I pretty much have come to know what most investors need to have a successful wealth building program. Much of what we've heard in the room tonight is about how you go to the boot camps and they tell you, okay, you need to do this and you need to do that, and then you spend all this money and your bank account is still in a coma. We're going to be talking about it. So the goal of the wealth building program is to educate you and train you on all the things that you need to know as a real estate investor, and then maintain it on a yearly basis to make sure that you're touching these 8 stages at least once a year. You know, I can't tell you how many investors that I have that tell me, oh, I have an LLC, and then when we go to get the certificate of good standing, it's been forfeited for 3 years because they did not know that you needed to pay an annual fee to maintain it. These are some of the things that come up in the wealth building program, that it's more than just, you know, going to a website online and filling out an information and they give you, there are things that you need to do every year to keep that entity in good standing. So that's the whole goal of the 12-month program. We focus on different things: tax planning, tax preparation, entity structuring, business meetings. And at the end of the 12 months, my goal is that you know exactly whether you're working with another CPA or you're working with a lawyer or you're working with another investor or you're thinking about having a power team, you know the kind of questions that you need to ask, the things that you need to watch out for. All right, so the first stage of the wealth building plan is doing a financial needs analysis. Where are you today? You know, is your bank account in a coma? Is your bank account on life support? Did your bank account just get moved to ICU? Are you going home? Is it in hospice? We're going to be looking at, you look at all of that. Where are you? How much, you know, have you saved for retirement? How old are you? What are your retirement goals? What is your investment strategy? You know, if you're a newbie, a new investor, and you tell me that my goal at the end of the year is to buy commercial property, 340 unit building, you know, I get scared. I'm not saying you can't pull it off, but it comes out in the financial needs analysis to make sure what is your financial need and do you have the time, resources, talent to get you there. So it's very important. I find a lot of people who, when they come and we do a consultation, they say, I want to sign up and I want to be a wholesaler and I want to wholesale like 50 properties at the end of the year. Well, how are you able to wholesale 50 properties at the end of the year when you're working 60 hours a week? You know, so these are things that you need to look at way before you pick a real estate strategy. You need to know where you are. And everybody needs to understand that a real estate investor, you are a business owner. And the goal of every business is to make money. I mean, that's one thing I can say, the 2 years of MBA, I don't remember anything else, but I remember that one thing, that the goal of every business is to make money. If you keep that at the back of your mind, when you're writing that $10,000 check because somebody has convinced you that you need this coaching program, remember that you better be writing that check and have a plan to make double that amount. If you're spending money and not making money, you are not in business, you have a hobby. It's people that have hobbies that spend money and not expect anything in return. That's the whole goal of going through the financial needs analysis, so that you know, are you ready to run a business? Because it's not just about the money, it's not just about the energy and the zeal, it's also about the time and the commitment. This is the big one, entity structuring and formation. You do want to take a look at your entity structure and make sure that your entity structure protects you. A lot of people have toxic LLCs. Toxic LLCs is where you're walking around, you're all happy that I have an LLC, but really it does not protect you. And so you want to make sure that you have an entity structure that adequately protects you. Here we talk about the 3 factors to consider in forming an entity: legal liability, tax reduction, and ease of compliance. You want to make sure that these 3 factors are working together. And I'll explain it. If you have an entity structure, if you want to form an entity structure, the first thing that you have to ask yourself as an investor is, what is my real estate strategy? your real estate strategy is the starting point. And that's why when we go back to the whole thing about the financial needs analysis, you know, everybody tells you, oh, form an LLC, form in Wyoming, Nevada, Mars, Jupiter. You know, start with what is your real estate strategy? That is the starting point. Based on your real estate strategy, the question is, what kind of exposure do you have legally? What kind of exposure do you have in taxes? And then what is the compliance requirement for the different structures? And then you bring it all together and come up with the best strategy. So I'll just...
Starting off by buying properties in your own name. I mean, I heard that that's not a good idea.
We'll get to that, because if the only way that you're going to get it is through traditional financing, there's no other way. But what you can do is when you get the property, which is pretty much what I did, I get the property and then I transfer it into my LLC. And then while it's in the LLC, I also protect the equity that's on it by putting a lien on the property. Wow.
You know, when we do our orientation and everything like that, I tell you about building your power team and talking about the most important two people in your real estate career is your attorney and your CPA, and they need to work hand in hand. How many people heard me say that all the time? Now you see why. Because getting an accountant who does your taxes is not enough when you're talking about trying to build a business. Your wealth building plan is important.
We all say that, because that's all they tell you. Alright, so we'll call you now.
Okay, give me a call tomorrow and I'll have the credit card available. Just hang it up.
Hi, my name is Ebere Okoye, and I'm the owner of the Wealth Building CPA. I have thoroughly enjoyed being at the New York City Reia tonight. It's one of my best experiences, the liveliness in the room, the question and answer session with Teresa, just a lot of information and a lot of positive people. And I hope, you know, everybody that's watching this, that you'll make a decision to join the New York City Reia. And plus, I'm from Brooklyn. I live in Maryland, but I came here tonight and you can visit us at the Wealth Building CPA.